Third time's a charm. Okay, things were really looking bright this morning, and I'm having some technical difficulties, but we are back and better than ever, baby. I just caught a glimpse of myself in the camera. If you're watching video this week, you're welcome. I don't know if it's just like this early morning Saturday light that's just hitting me. I look, dare I say, stunning and lit from within, okay? And nobody on the internet will break me. We don't have to get into it for the 800th time, but I am looking glowing, gorgeous, and goddess-like. I mean, the hair, it could be better. I did get a keratin treatment in the hairline because I have been saunaing Thursdays through Mondays, not to be, full rain woman, but I like a schedule and I like a routine, and the sweating feels so good. I woke up at 6:45 this morning because I was in despair from yesterday's activities with my husband, and I crawled like a gremlin to the sauna. I got a huge red light therapy lamp that I put in front of the sauna for double infrared light therapy. I have quite literally no idea what any of this does or if it's good for me, but I don't want to look too much into it because ignorance is bliss. And while I sit there dry brushing my dead skin cells up into the universe, watching Real Housewives, sweating my balls off, okay? Feeling like on the verge of fainting and so deeply dehydrated. Once the dust settles, once the sweat breaks and I'm just dumping sweat, I feel thin, I feel frail, I feel wellness, I feel so much less puffy, and it really feels great. It gives me a pep in the step, and I needed it this morning because yesterday I had the grandiose misfortune of doing some fall shopping with Andy. Andrew wears the same 3 shirts over and over and over again. And, since he's been hitting the gym, his biceps are bulging and all of his t-shirts make him look like fucking Troye Sivan. They're all crop tops because his biceps are just so big. If I have to hear about like his glow up and how he's just, my waistline is just like, I'm so shredded, like I can't wear these pants anymore. I'm like, you're still pear-shaped, okay? You're just pear-shaped with less jiggle. So let's not get fucking crazy over here, okay? Jillian Michaels. That's what I call him. I'm like, bye, Jilly. See you later, Jilly. I mean, whatever. I'm like, ooh, you should be a bodybuilder. Maybe we should enter you in a CrossFit competition. Like, don't brag to me about your workout. I don't care. I'm not impressed. I'm not fucking impressed that you're getting shredded. Okay, what's the guy's name? Bobby McGee from Biggest Loser. What's his name? I don't care. I don't care. Anyways, I truly could not stand to look at him in the same carousel of t-shirts. So out of the goodness of my heart, because she doesn't believe in online shopping, I do. She doesn't. She likes to, feel the fabrics and see the fits. So I had to go to the mall on a Friday with little handy Andy chafing her thighs all up and down those escalators and sit under the fluorescent lighting watching her try on a version of the same t-shirt in 17 colors. It was like the most soul-crushing experience. I had to like dip out at certain points when he was trying on the same fucking brand of t-shirt in the same size and a variety of colors. He's like, you just never know what the fit's going to be. I'm like, it is the same. Okay. See, I'm getting upset again. It is the same exact t-shirt. One is black, one is white, one is gray, one is heathered gray, one is charcoal, one is maroon. They're the same style of t-shirt, they're the same brand of t-shirt, and then they're the same size of t-shirt. Why the fuck do you feel so comfortable bleeding me and your poor son dry to our lowest battery life while you try on t-shirts at half speed? At a glacial pace, okay? Well, we're both on the verge of a mental breakdown. Me and your fucking son. There's not enough snacks. There's not enough water. I was like, we got to go somewhere. So he would be trying on these t-shirts. I'm like, I'll be in the makeup section. By the time he finished trying on 17 of the same fucking t-shirts, okay, I had bought a lip gloss. I had done a loop. We looked at the fountains. I got an iced tea, got a pretzel from Wetzel's Pretzels, went up the escalator, went down the escalator, dimmed the lights in a variety of stores, kibitz with the fuck. I was like, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. I got a car diffuser. I got a diptyque car diffuser. I got a lip gloss. I got a lemonade. What the fuck? And he's still like, should I try the charcoal one? I was like, I'm gonna run you over. I'm gonna run you over with my car. We're gonna get home. I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm going to take all your brand new fucking t-shirts and I'm going to cut snowflakes out of the tits. I can't do this. It is so painful. Then we went to J. Crew. Is J. Crew cool? I was like, I don't care. I don't care. Which, by the way, I love J. Crew. I would just like to go on record and say that I love J. Crew. It's back. I don't know if it never left. I don't care. It's adorable. Great basics, great cashmere, great jackets, Celine adjacent jackets. You know who bought 5 pairs of cashmere socks? This bitch, okay? This bitch. It was a gift with purchase. I was like, if you don't buy me something, anything, if you don't like hop over to Build-A-Bear, this is what I wanted to do while he was trying on the socks. I wanted to go over to Build-A-Bear and make him a bear and pretend that under the ruse that it was for our son and have him like click on it and be like, I fucking hate you. It was like the worst waste of time. Like I got no joy. I feel hollow. I feel broken. But anyways, that's what we did. And it was just so much fun. So, I needed to purge my soul this morning and I'm feeling much better. Sauna is great for trauma bonding or for trauma coping. I'm sorry. Or bonding. Another thing that I needed to purge my soul from yesterday. So I chucked off Clyde to a Montessori program, a life update. I was able to finagle him into a different Montessori. And he absolutely loves it. Everyone's like, well, if you want to do some trial days, maybe you come for an hour and then the next time 2 hours just to ease him into it. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. I barely want to come into the school. If I could just throw him over the gate in the driveway, that would be preferred. Can I leave him in a basket at the front? Literally, we did no trial. I was like, we will be there. What time does school start? They're like 9 a.m. I'm like, great. I'll be there at 8:59. I'm like, oh, what time does it close? They're like 5. I'm like, I'll be there at 5:01. Just kidding. I picked him up early because I did low key miss him. I packed him a bento box and I drop kicked him into the arms of a stranger. And he did so well, so fine, could give 1/8 of a fuck about me and was playing and, doing sensory projects and painting and eating Cheerios. I don't care. I don't know. And I don't care. So that was adorable. And they send you all these pictures and they're like, Clyde's sharing with a friend. And they're both just like, eating glue. It's adorable. So I thought, okay, I am going to go to the Antique Mart before the traumatic shopping ensues. I'm going to go have a solo sushi lunch. So the second that I chucked him off, I hightailed it to the Pasadena Antique Center, which is just, I don't even want to talk about it because it makes it feel contrived. All I want to do for the rest of my life is talk shit into a microphone, okay? Go pilfer at any sort of antique mart, anywhere I can fucking go. Next year, I'm going to that antique festival. It's like a 5-day market. I'm going, okay? I'm going to get a sensible orthopedic shoe and a crossbody bag, and I'm going to live my fucking truth at an antique 5-day festival or whatever the fuck it is, okay? Loser Palooza. I don't know, but I'll be there, okay? Something about the treasure hunt of antiquing speaks to my soul. As someone who yearns for nostalgia, the thought of finding, I don't know, Parisian porcelain 1920s placeholders by way of unlacquered brass seashells, which I've acquired 14 of, it brings me such joy. It feels like I'm collecting a piece of history, okay? I don't need to know the origin story. I fabricate them in my head. Sometimes I'll find like a fucking footstool, okay? And I imagine that this footstool belonged to a, chic female neurologist who at the end of the day would put up her calloused feet and have a martini by the fireplace. And she died with those feet up on that stool, okay, doing what she loved, drinking and watching the fireplace. I don't know, like, it doesn't matter what the backstory is, but I romanticize the things, and then it feels new. It feels fresh. It feels special. I don't want to go to a Crate and Barrel, okay, and buy a polyblend child labor throw. I want to find like something that has a soul, that has a vibe, that took time, that has curation, if you fucking will. So there is something spiritual about antiquing for me, okay? Can you imagine a world where people will saunter to a Home Goods to buy a mass-produced canvas with faux paint on it, or for half the price and a little bit of legwork, okay, a little bit of elbow grease, you can get on your hands and knees at an antique mart and find a gorgeous oil painting if you have good taste. And if you don't, find a friend, bring a friend. So I'm going with my girlfriends next week. Oop, she got an email. Who's it from? Let's do a live email read. Let's see who just emailed me. Just that's the rule here. Okay. Why is it not loading? Blue Mercury. You've never tried a blush or bronzer this silky before. No free plugs. Okay. Now we're back. So I called up some of my girlfriends and I was like, I want to take you somewhere really special to me. What day do you have free? We're going on a fucking field trip, okay? We're going to do a day in Pasadena. We're going to have an 11:30 lunch at an Italian spot, okay? There will be alcohol. We're going to get an Aperol Spritz. We're going to get a chopped salad, okay? Wear something comfortable. And then we are going to hardcore balls deep antique for 3.5 hours. Now, this is something that I usually do as like a solo practice of self-care. But I wanted, sharing is caring, and I wanted to bring my girlfriends just as a treat, as a delight, as a bonding experience. So that was my intention, to just go in blind. But then yesterday I was like, you know what? I need to do a preliminary sweep because I don't want to get competitive with the shopping. And historically speaking, the Barney's Warehouse sale a la 2007 when I like elbowed a small little Asian woman. It's funny because it's true. Over like a Marc by Marc Jacobs like blouse that was $10, and it wasn't going to work for her body type. So I do get a little rashy, a little ragey when there's like a one of one, you know what I mean? So I needed to make sure that anything that I liked was kind of off the table for everybody else, because that's just what good people do. So I did a preliminary sweep. I got these gorgeous French place card holders, okay? I have I'm really just deciding if I'm going to bite the bullet or not. There is a green iron and pink marble console table that I have absolutely no place to put, but I'm thinking I could use it outdoors as like an outdoor console table for like a bar when we have parties, because typically what I do, which is a little trash ratty, is I take like a folding table and then I'll put a tablecloth over it. But we have so many people over all the time that maybe having a more permanent vintage like green iron, it's patinaed over time, it's from like the 1930s, like a patinaed pink rusty marble console table full time out there would be very sexual. So I definitely need to go get that. What else did I get? Oh, I got a gorgeous painting, like a beautiful green landscape oil painting that I'm putting in Clyde's bathroom. Doesn't fucking deserve it. I found these Murano sconces. I could go on and on. I could do 76 minutes on all of the findings at this antique store. It is so much fun. That's what I did yesterday. Then I went afterwards because I was literally there at like 9:03 a.m. Afterwards, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to Katsuya in the Valley and I'm going to get my little lunch special, the little tray. You get the blue crab roll, you get the spicy tuna on crispy rice, you get salmon sashimi. albacore sashimi, and yellowtail sashimi. It's a beautiful little bento box. And if you're a regular, you can get like a half order of the crispy rock shrimp, which I didn't do, but I did do it and I felt amazing about it. Hence the sodium retention. And then an iced matcha, obviously. So I sit down. I'm so excited to just like decompress and have my blue crab roll, whatever. And there's a family next to me. And I think, oh, that's so cute. They're having a little Friday little lunch. It's I would say like a 12-year-old boy, a father, and a woman. Okay, whatever. That was like very clunky. It was a family of 3. Okay. So I sit down. The dad is sitting on the booth next to me. Okay. And he is on TikTok, full volume TikTok, like gaming TikTok, okay? Watching it on speaker, so fucking loud. Then his son takes out his phone. They're both watching TikTok. When I tell you, during the entirety of my lunch, they never spoke a word to each other. None of them. The father, the son, the mother, the father. There was absolutely no communication. They were watching videos on their phone, like really abrasive videos too, like of like digital like shootings and digital like off-roading. I don't know what the fuck they were watching. It was so loud. It was so disgracefully rude. And I was like, I gotta say something. I'm not gonna say something. I gotta say something. I'm not gonna say something. I'm just gonna act agitated. Every 30 seconds I was looking over and just being like, here's the weirdest part. This is why I ended up not saying anything, because I think they might be serial killers. Besides the fact that the father and son were watching digital like shooting videos, they only ordered octopus centric sushi rolls. So they got a octopus hand roll, octopus sashimi, octopus sushi, octopus cut roll, octopus hand roll. Like, it was only octopus. The more you say octopus, the weirder it sounds. Am I saying that right? Octopus. Disgusting. I don't like that word. It feels weird coming out. Octopus. Oy. What an absolutely terrible first 16 minutes of the show. That's about as niche as it gets. We're going to get into all the hot topics, okay? All the hot goss, as the girlies say. But first, let's discuss something we all care about. What's on your feet? And no, I'm not talking about those super cute but torturous shoes. I'm talking about G-Defy shoes. The shoes your feet have literally been begging for. By the end of the day, we're all feeling a little broken down, okay? Which is why G-Defy provides 2 free orthotics with every shoe and a built-in lateral stabilizer that realigns your body. Sick of feeling like your feet are taking more hits than a Watch What Happens live guest? G-Defy's patented VersoShock technology absorbs all that shock and stress so you don't have to. At this point, I can't even sing enough praises about G-Defy shoes, okay? They are comfortable, they are fashion forward, you can wear them anywhere. Whether you're power walking an antique mall or making a dramatic exit, these shoes have your back and your feet. Who knew comfort could be this chic and this shady, baby? So if you're still walking around in shoes that scream, I'm suffering, honey, it's time for an upgrade. Use code BIBLE for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. That is Bible for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. As a hardworking business mogul and mother, my schedule tends to be pretty demanding. I'm not always feeling the boundless energy of youth anymore. That's why I just started taking Qualia Senolytic. As we age, everyone accumulates senescent cells. Did I pronounce that right? Yes. Senescent cells. I got to write that one down. They're in your body. They are also called zombie cells because symptoms of aging, such as aches and discomfort, slow workout recoveries, sluggish mental and physical energy associated with that middle-age feeling. Much like pruning the yellowing and dead leaves off a plant, Qualia Senolytic removes those worn-out senescent cells from the body so you can feel young and sprightly again. I've heard such amazing things about this product, so I'm very excited to see the changes, which apparently you can feel after just a couple of months. Plus, my favorite thing about it is that you only have to take it 2 days a month. So it's not something you have to stress about taking every day like so many other supplements. Also, the formula is non-GMO, vegan, and gluten-free, which we absolutely love. Resist aging at a cellular level. Try Qualia Senolytic. Go to qualialife.com/bitchbible for up to to 50% off and use code BITCHBIBLE at checkout for an additional 15% off. For your convenience, Qualia Senolytic is also available at select GNC locations near you. That is QUALIA life.com/bitchbible for an extra 15% off your purchase. Thanks to Qualia for sponsoring today's episode. Also, just a hot tip. If you subscribe to our newsletter or check out the description info of each episode, all of the promo codes, all the information for all of our sponsors are in the show notes. So, you're welcome. Okay, now let's get to all the topics at the tip of the tongue, the things that are keeping us up this week. Goldfish, the popular nacho cheese. What is it? What is a fish? Is it a mammal? Is it a fish? Is it a reptile? It is I'm gonna check back on that. Hold on. Because I'm a journalist who pays attention to details, not at all. I just Googled what type of animal is a fish? And it came up a fish. A fish is a fish is a fish. If it swims like a fish and flaps like a fish, it's a fish. It's also, after a revised Google, it is a vertebrae. It's a vertebrae, okay? Because a fish is an aquatic anemniotic gill-bearing vertebrate animal with swimming fins and a hard skull, but lacking limbs with digits. I mean, the more you goddamn know. So the goldfish snack, we love it. We've got a pretzel goldfish. I love a white cheddar goldfish. They've got the classic cheddar cheese goldfish. They are trying to appeal to a broader demographic, okay? I feel like, goldfish is very nostalgic for millennials. Maybe it hasn't transferred over to Gen Z, especially new generation, Gen Z, X, Y, F, K. I don't really care. But, in the desperate pursuit of relevance, Goldfish is temporarily rebranding to Chilean sea bass, which just feels so topical for me since I have been going to Costco to get the wild-caught Chilean sea bass at least once a week. And the beauty of just getting Chilean sea bass at Costco is that you don't have to go in the long lines. You could do the self-checkout, which is just glom with a capital G. Also, when I was getting my membership card, I needed a new pick and I lost the card, so I had to get a new one. And of course, I can't shut the fuck up. So I'm talking to the manager, Todd, who's taking my glamour shot, and it was very Ann Leibovitz. I was like, what are we doing? I'm like, do I need a side part? Do I need a middle part? Do you have a fan? Do you have a ring light? All the jokes. I was like, can you pick up that folder and just kind of wave it back and forth so I can get a windswept Beyonce look for my Costco card? We were LOLing. So after some bonding, I was like, so Todd, what's the craziest shit that you've seen working at the customer service desk at Costco? And he was like, literally every single day. I can't even, when I go home, I can't even repeat the stories to my wife because they sound so insane that it's I'm lying. And I was like, delight me with one. He said, okay, well, just last week, there was an elderly woman who had a dozen eggs that she purchased at a Ralph's or a Safeway, whatever. They were the opposing grocery store's brand. So it was either a Safeway, whatever. They were not purchased at Costco. There was one egg left in the carton. They had been expired for over a month. She brings them to Costco. No, I'm sorry. I need to get these details right. There were 3 eggs left. 3 eggs left. This is important to the story, and strike me dead if I'm lying. She waits in the long-ass line to return the eggs that were not purchased at Costco, which were also deeply expired. Tries to return them, obviously sans receipt because she didn't fucking buy them there. It's I would, when I tell you, I would do bad things to this bitch. I would fuck her up, okay? And I know I'm not probably supposed to say that on a microphone. Allegedly. This is why my lawyer Fran wanted me to do a slander course before signing my new deal, but didn't make it. Just kidding. So she goes to return these eggs and they're like, we're sorry, ma'am. We don't sell those types of eggs here. So you didn't purchase those from us. So we're unable to take those back. She starts freaking the fuck out, screaming to the point where security is called. She's also he would say 80 something years old, brittle and broken. Okay. Half dead. 3 feet in the fucking ground, bringing back her expired eggs purchased at a different fucking grocery store. Starts screaming. They're like, ma'am, like, we're sorry, we're going to have to ask you to leave. So security comes, they call the cops. She's being escorted out with her Safeway eggs. She picks up an egg and starts throwing them. She's egging customer service, okay? She threw all 3 eggs while she was screaming and flailing in security's arms, okay? Then she gets outside. She's like, they're touching me. They're hurting me. And they weren't. They were just escorting her out with like a simple like hand on the back, like, ma'am, you have to leave. Ma'am, you have to leave. She has now assaulted the customer service representatives at Costco, okay? The cops are there. It's a whole fucking thing. She pretends to faint, which she clearly did not faint. She lays on the ground. She's like, I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a stroke. She's freaking the fuck out. They call the paramedics. They do all the vitals checks. She's totally fucking fine. She gets up, walks to her, I don't know, Kia Sonata and drives home. No repercussions. That bitch needed to be tased. I would rope her up, okay, to the Kirkland pillars outside, okay? And I would throw $1.50 wieners at her face and I would egg the shit out of her. If I was there as a patron, as a shopper, I would load up my cart with eggs, okay? I'd get a zip tie from the fucking, aisle 12. I'd lock that bitch up to a pole and I would have everybody around me, okay? I'd buy everyone hot dogs and ice cream sundaes and say, we're going to go out for a little show. And we would pelt that bitch with eggs. What a fucking cunt. A cunt. Even, okay, maybe she's mentally ill. Let's just chalk it up to her being mentally ill. We can only hope. If she's mentally ill, I take it all back. If she's not, which she definitely is, you're assaulting people, okay? And I don't call me old fashioned. I'm team repercussions and consequences. That's how I live my life. And I wish that everyone else was a little bit more on board. I think we've all got a little too lenient with our social skills and social ramifications. See something, say something. I'm still pissed I didn't say anything to the family at Katsuya in Encino, sitting next to me, with volume 100, shooting. You know what doesn't go well with a spicy tuna crispy rice? Gunshots. Digital gunshot. My eye was twitching. My chest looked just like it did right now. Ooh, you're welcome. Sex sells, honey. And I should have said, excuse me. By the way, it doesn't make me an asshole. I should have looked at them and I said, and I've workshopped this so many times in my head. I should have looked at them and said, excuse me. Sorry to bother you, which by the way is some pussy ass shit. No. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just simply, clearly, and kindly said, excuse me, do you mind putting AirPods and or headphones in, or could you please lower the volume? I'd prefer not to hear gunshots with my popcorn shrimp. Thank you and good night and goodbye. What else? Oh, what was I talking about? We're going to circle back. How did I get to me going to Costco? Goldfish. Okay. Chilean sea bass, Costco, goldfish. We're back. So they're rebranding. I think it's a terrible idea. I think that Chilean sea bass is almost alienating and very wordy. I feel like branzino would work better. A high-end fish, but a little bit more attainable and similar in consonants. Goldfish. Brandy, no, I guess it's got one more, but it works better. Chilean sea bass, who is that appealing to besides me? Not many. I don't get it, but I wish them well, and I'd like to get on the PR list because baby loves a goldfish, but not if it has red dye in it, because I've been on a weird TikTok algorithm and now I'm like, fuck Big Pharma and fuck Kellogg's. I don't need to get into it. If you know, you know. If you don't need to. This week's episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is my tried and true. They were so helpful when I was first building my website and continue to enhance their features so I can keep my website cutting edge. Whether you're building a website from scratch or have had one for years, Squarespace can always help you upgrade. Squarespace has this amazing new feature called Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design Intelligence empowers anyone to build build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs and create a unique digital identity to use across your entire online presence. If you're selling things, you can also sync your product catalog directly with Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Google so that you can reach more customers, reduce the steps for a purchase. Squarespace also makes checkout so seamless for your customers. They have super easy but powerful payment tools which accepts credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay. Also, in certain countries, Squarespace offers customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. So getting paid has never been easier. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Spark something uncommon this holiday season with incredible hand-picked gifts from Uncommon Goods. They make your holiday shopping stress-free by scouring the globe for original, handmade, and absolutely remarkable things for everybody on your list. Whether you're shopping for your secret Santa or your entire family, Uncommon Goods knows exactly what they want. They have the cutest advent calendars on their site that I've already stocked up on. When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the United States. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. That's my favorite type of a gift. From holiday host and hostess gifts to the coolest finds for kids to hits for everyone, from book lovers to die-hard sports fans, Uncommon Goods has something for everyone. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they are going to give $1 back to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. We love that. Charity starts at home or at Uncommon Goods. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/bitchbible. That is uncommongoods.com/bitchbible for 15% off. Do not miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. Another thing keeping me up this week, low contrast makeup. You guys, if I could jump through my fucking phone and headbutt these dumb bitches who are like, everyone, like, you got to try low contrast makeup. What the fuck is low contrast makeup? So if we're not walking out with a smoky eye and a red lip, we've been doing low contrast makeup forever and ever and ever. Once again, why do these dumb fucks need to quantify everything with like a quippy little name? We don't need it. We don't need to merchandise mundane things that we've been doing forever. It doesn't need a marketing angle, okay? So low contrast makeup is exactly what it sounds like, okay? It means you're not going for a burgundy lip and a blue eyeliner. We weren't doing that anyways. So thank you so much for glorifying just a basic ass makeup routine. We know, we got it. That's the norm. That's the standard. That's the baseline. Thank you so much for opening our eyes. And these stupid fucking... I don't want to be nice this week. I know it's still off-brand October, but I don't want to be fucking nice. I don't want to enable these dumb fucks, okay, who are like, oh my God, I tried low contrast makeup and I swear to God, guys, you got to give it a try. It looks so good. Like, how have I been going this long? Are you telling me that you've been waking up and you're doing like a mocha lip every day of your fucking life? Then maybe it is groundbreaking because maybe you need to do a little soul searching, a little work, because that's insane. So low contrast makeup, previously known as clean girl aesthetic, previously known as makeup, no makeup, previously known as just a light beat, previously known as, I don't know, just everyday makeup. Okay, yeah, no, I know, we got it. Everybody has already known about this. So, okay, like a nude lip? Ever heard of it? Like a simple eye? Oh, wow. Oh my God, I'm rushing to Sephora to go get a nude lip. I know. I just need to take a breath. I'm sorry. Hold on. We're good. Yeah, so that's fucking stupid. And another thing that's stupid, apparently the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is back. That's what everyone on the Louis Vuitton PR mailing list is saying. I have been a long time active activist, I would say, that if you carry a never full, you're never really full. Metaphorically, you might be full, appetite-wise, but you're never really metaphorically full because you're just a little empty inside. Because it's like, I get a tote bag in theory, and I am trying to find my journey into some form of a mom bag tote, because I tried the backpack, okay, off-brand October. I have a gorgeous Chanel denim backpack that I was really gung-ho about being like my cool teen mom bag. The backpack is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, it's 2024. We can't have all of our belongings out of our eyesight. Also, every time you need something, you're whipping around. Also, denim, not great with a baby, okay? Because it's not something that we can wipe clean. It didn't work. So I've since retired that version of a mom bag. Then I had the obvious Bottega Andiamo bag, which is, I love a Bottega Andiamo anything, okay? I've got the clutch, I've got the big bag, I've got the small bag, I've got the Jody bag, I've got the teen Jody bag. I really want the large Jody bag. I think that's next on my teen mom trajectory, is an oversized, I don't think I can do suede because I think it will get ruined. I'm thinking the fondant, everybody just unsubscribe and 1-star review. I would like the oversized Jody bag in like the fondant, like chocolate brown. I think I see that for myself. The medium Andiamo bag I have in a sage green most recently. Clyde projectile vomited all over it. So now in the interwoven leather, we have just crusted formula vomit, which is like a nice distressed look, but not great. The Neverfull is trying to make a comeback, and I don't want to fully go in on it, because if there is even a 0.03% chance that I can abandon my family this winter and go to the Louis Vuitton show again in Paris without conjunctivitis, I don't want to sully the waters, especially because I would just like to remind everyone that I did pay retail for a wrap dress last year. It was on consignment, but it was still kind of expensive, and boots. So I would really like to go back and not look diseased. However, see, this is the thing. If like 3.5 people that I think have great taste end up wearing the Neverfull bag with like a skinny white tank top and baggy jeans and like cool Vans and glasses and like an oversized coat, like I could see myself getting there, which is really makes me hate myself because it's going against the grain and the fiber of my being and my intuition. But my intuition is telling me that the Neverfull is still a bag that people with terrible taste carry. So it hasn't kind of made its way through the cycle to then be cool again. Do you know what I mean? It's still by proxy relevant to bitches who are wearing Tory Burch flats. So I can't, I mean, it's rude to say, but it is off-brand October. So it's still relevant to a small circle of people with not amazing taste. I won't say terrible taste, but because I'm trying to backpedal here, but it has to be so out that it can come back in. Do you know what I mean? And I'm saying no. I'm taking a stance. I'm bravely taking a stance against the Neverfull because it ain't back. It ain't back. So just really important stuff here this week, guys. Well, kitty cats, it's October 28th. And by October 28th, let me crunch those numbers. No, it's not. It's October 29th, y'all. And that means we are at the tail end of off-brand October. Do you think I should go on Cameo for 2 days? Just to raise a little capital for my new mom bag. I think I'm going to do it. Like, the thing is, I could always, I could always do it and then just not actually record the videos if I don't get around to it, which sounds on brand, unfortunately. But because it is nearing the end of off-brand October, we are settling back into the AMA, the Ask Me Anything, because connecting with my community and my fans Every time a fucking content creator or influenza says the word fans, a whore gets chlamydia. It's just, there's nothing more embarrassing than when somebody talks about their fans. They should be ashamed of themselves. Anybody that is publicly saying the F word, unless you are fucking, I don't know, Lady Gaga or like on a superstar, you're not allowed to talk about your fans. It's mortifying, it's tone deaf, it's finger off the pulse, it's self-inflammatory. Imagine the audacity of taking yourself that seriously while we hawk supplements. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it blows my mind when I see people in my space, talking about their fucking fawns. If I said that earnestly and sincerely in front of anybody I fucking knew, okay, closely or, on the perimeter, they would ruthlessly bully me. And thank fucking God, because how far do you have to infiltrate your own anal cavity to think that what you do is at a caliber of requiring fawns, okay? We are the lucky ones. We are the lucky ones. Let's not get gross about it. You know what I mean? Like, we hit a real soft spot in this industry, okay? We're all clowns and whores. So let's just take a motherfucking beat. That's a PSA to content creators. Clip it. Josh, that's the clip. People are going to love that one. Let's do an IMI. Okay. Who are your last 3 text messages from? I'm not. Actually, you know what? I was on fucking fire last night. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Couldn't have planned it better. Hold on. Let me just get my wrist ready because I got to pick this name up off the floor. I'm not fucking lying either. This is true. My first text message is one Oscar winner, Emily Stone. The text is entirely non-incriminating, but I'm not going to share just because it feels exploitive and unnecessary and just, yeah. My second text is to my husband, Andrew Hawes. Oh my God, I really am a star. Hey, you need to fucking answer the phone. You're not Max Martin. Can't make this shit up. That's my last text message to my husband last night. Love it. And number 3 was my DoorDasher, Mohammed. Your order was dropped off. Please refer to this photo your Dasher provided to see where it was left. What did I have last night? Ooh, I had the most delicious chicken bolognese with a kale Caesar salad. And then I went to my favorite local restaurant and got, get this, a scampi flatbread. Sounds disgusting in theory, but in actuality, unfucking believable. It's got shrimp, bay scallops, Calabrian chili. Okay, woman of the world. And it's dripping in butter. It's so good. Wait, Sharp Right. We have to talk about Anne Hathaway. She posted this photo, like a Halloween costume carousel. She's wearing a blonde wig, zombie eyes, she didn't get the memo about the low contrast makeup, a figgy lip, okay? She's wearing a crown that resembles good old Lady Liberty. She's wearing a shirt that says Boo York City, a leather jacket, and like some type of a masquerade mask. And she posted a series of, my takeaway from the photos was that she needs a lip gloss and or chapstick, okay? That's just a gal to gal. That's just sharing is caring. She posts this carousel. Some are blurry, some are videos, all very costume centric, with the soundtrack of Just a Girl by No Doubt. I spent a lot of time analyzing the footage, and I don't know what she was fucking dressed up as. Like, so confused. Hi, Anne. Hey, Annie. Friends call her Annie. You're such a giggle puss. Like, she's so silly. She's so quirky. What's your fucking costume? Let's just start like number one. Okay, because it's all weird. It's all fucking weird. But let's get back hooked on phonics. What is your motherfucking costume? Are you a zombie Lady Liberty going to a masquerade ball? What's the music connection? Why is this necessary? Why is this helpful? What are you hoping to... Let's just get to the root of it. What are you trying to exude? What are you trying to express to your fans, to the internet? What is going on, and what the fuck are you dressed up as? Because I'm confused. Are you a zombie? Are you Lady Liberty? Are you a rock chick? Like, why are you wearing a masquerade mask? Why do you have burgundy lips? Why did you put a piece of tape that says boo over New York City? Why No Doubt? I don't get it. I don't get it. She's just like us. She just put on a wig, a little high contrast makeup, and she's hitting the streets. Boo. I mean, talk about a sleep paralysis demon. It would be fucking Anne Hathaway in her goddamn Halloween costume standing at the edge of my bed, flipping her fucking blonde wig to, oh, I'm just a girl, a little old me. Okay. Remember when Julianne Hough went in blackface? There we go. Last time. Every week. Every fucking episode. She is fun.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Chandler.
And we're the hosts of Pop Apologist Podcast, a weekly podcast devoted to celebrity gossip, Hollywood deep dives, Real Housewives drama, and anything and everything Taylor Swift.
We're two sisters who make no apologies for our love of pop culture and the fact that A-listers might mean more to us than each other.
Join us on your favorite podcast app every Wednesday for Pop Apologists.
Pop Apologists, your new favorite sister and celeb podcast.
I actually cannot believe I have suffered through my period for so many years without estrogen control. I would always get so moody. My skin would get weird. My cravings were astronomical. Thankfully, we now have estrogen control, which makes it so much easier to manage PMS. Estrogen control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Estrogen control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, so it is perfect for premenopausal women who suffer from PMS like yours truly. The ingredients in estrogen control help support the liver where estrogen is processed, so when the estrogen isn't processed well in the liver, women may start having PMS and all the god-awful symptoms that come with it. Weird skin, ridiculous cravings, feeling super low, which is just the worst. Now with estrogen control, you don't have to lose a week out of every month because of PMS. For a limited time, you're going to get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com, so load up. Just use the code Jackie at checkout at happymammoth.com. Okie dokie, if you hear me sniffling, ladies and gentlemen, it is not because of a deviated septum, unfortunately. It's not because mommy did cocaine last night, although the morning is still young. I just did a quick Zicam swab because Clyde woke up kind of under the weather, and we have been doing this new thing where at bedtime he drinks his milk, and then before he's entirely done swallowing it, he open mouth kisses me and spits a little bit of the regurgitated milk into my mouth, which then makes me dry heave because I hate milk. Won't drink it, can't think about it. Listen, transparency in all forms, okay? I don't like an opaque liquid. I don't like white condiments unless it's the white sauce from a teppanyaki restaurant. This is my comfort girl meal. When Andrew is out of town, I have to do a deep valley teppanyaki delivery service that is a $10 delivery fee, but it really doesn't matter when you're in the pursuit of nostalgia. And I get a white rice with a side of all of the teppanyaki sauces. We're talking the ginger and we're talking the white sauce. Then I get a big Benihana adjacent ginger salad, and I put the sauce, the white sauce and the ginger sauce with just a little tinge of a Momofuku soy sauce, woman of the world, and I eat the hot white rice with the ginger salad. and everything feels okay. I wake up the next morning, my eyelids can barely open because of the sodium retention. And I'm like, you know what? She did it right last night. So yeah, Clyde is a little sniffly. And all my girlfriends are like, by the way, the second they go into Montessori program or any type of like a daycare group thing, they are going to have a runny nose for the next probably 7.5 years. So buckle up, Buttercup. So I just did like a little quick preliminary, precautionary is the word, Zicam swab. Also, if you're watching the video, we have a new tree, everybody. Relax. I went to Home Depot this morning and hauled 2 fucking fiddle leaves. I don't love a fiddle leaf. We know this, but you got to practice what you preach. I was in a just rage. I'm not redesigning. I have fully infiltrated Heather McMahon's home decor journey because she wants to finish her bedroom. And I did the same thing with like her dining nook. Listen, I like to insert myself. I've completed too many projects. I'm running out of things to do in this house. And you know what Jeff Lewis said to me? He's like, you have to move. You have to get a new house. And I was like, I can't move. I love this fucking house. I really just need to become more successful and buy like 7 more houses. And then I'd be oh my God, I'd just be preoccupied for the rest of my life. It's all I ever want to fucking do. So luckily I have friends that allow me to fully just overimpose and redecorate their bedrooms. So I said to her, I'm like, Heather, we're not doing fake trees. You got to go to the fucking Home Depot and find, a sensible indoor palm. She's like, okay, bitch. Joke's on me. They don't have any fucking indoor palms. It must be like a seasonal thing. So the only tree they're really offering right now is a fresh fiddle leaf. So being that I had a brown dead palm that was starting to like become roach infested, I had to get a new tree. She's fresh. She's new. She'll be dead in a week and we don't fucking care. What was I doing? Oh, I was doing the eyes. Let's get back to it because it's just so fun. Am I going to get on Cameo tonight? Yeah. I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. What is your toxic trait? Okay, this is so easy. I mean, there's a bunch, but my biggest toxic trait, 100%, especially in this realm, is being absolutely convinced that Rihanna listens to this podcast. Jackie, why do you think that? Now, obviously, I run a little deluge, but somebody somewhere, when was this? Okay, I would say this is probably 7 years ago. I was at a Grammy party with Andrew, and a very trusted source in the Rihanna camp, okay, in the stratosphere of Rihanna, said to me that Rihanna loves your podcast. And I'm 76% sure that she was lying, and I'm like 94% sure that it's not true. But she was like a little foaming at the mouth, like a little drunk. And she's like, oh my God, wait, I know your podcast. Like Rihanna listens to your podcast. She loves Housewives. And I was like, oh my God. Like I nearly fucking dropped dead. Okay. Because, historically speaking, anytime I had gone, which hasn't been recently, to any type of like music industry, like Grammy party, they are revolting. They are tragic. They are broken. And everybody is just foaming at the mouth, ready to just like to drop a cut. It's just sad because the ones, like I always say, networking is for unsuccessful people. That's what I literally have been whispering. This is why we don't go anymore, because it was just like one party. I leaned over to Andrew and he was like, everyone's like, we should stay. You got to do the thing. And I literally just very cool, calm and collected, hunched over, whispered in Andrew's ear. And I'm like, just an FYI, if you have to network this hard, you're not talented or successful enough. And he looked at me and we had like a 30-second pause. And then he's like, I'll go get the car. And I'm like, thank you. Bye, everyone. Not saying, he just understood that it was just a little bit of a desperate energy thing. So like, love that for me. I'm just such a supportive, wise wife. But it was around that time where somebody did say that to me. And I have held on to it in ways, and I don't even know if she said indefinitely, but she's like, oh, I think Rihanna listens. It was up in the air. I am a revisionist historian, so I've probably changed it in my favor, but I check every 3 weeks to see if Rihanna follows me. I have convinced myself that she follows me from her Finsta and she loves this podcast, both of which I know in my soul are not true, but let's just live for the hope of it all. You know what I mean? So that would probably be my most toxic trait, that and just being deeply obnoxious. How do you deal with a dead parent? Well, thank you so much for asking, Nicole. This is embarrassing, but true. I felt genuinely so loved, like overloved, overserved with genuine affection. And like me and my mom were like fucking rock solid. Like just, I knew everything about her. She knew everything about me. She was obsessed with me to the point of like, I'd be like, Mom, you're like, get off of me. She would wrap both of her limbs around me. It's the point where like till I was like 25, she'd be like, we have to cuddle. And she would just fucking like molest. Oh, we don't say that. It's 2024. Lovingly, well-intentioned. Like she was obsessed with me. So I really got gassed up with love enough to last me the rest of my life, fortunately, which I realize is such a luxury. And I feel like I got more like love and maternal energy in, you know, the time I had with my mom, more so than most people get like their entire lives. And I don't know if I have just convinced myself of that, or maybe I'm just saying that to make other people feel better and to like safeguard my truth, but that is the truth. So what else are we supposed to do? Let's like think about this logistically. And this is how I kind of tackle everything in life, which is a bit sociopathic, but it's really helped me. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? You either sink or you fucking swim. And I highly advise that people fucking swim. I even like, oh my God, now we're getting real fucking real. Even like the days after my mom had passed, like I knew that when I walked into a room, I never wanted attention for that. I didn't want to walk around with a black veil. LOL, 2 weeks ago, me in Boston walking around in a black veil. But I never wanted people to pity me or feel sorry for me. And I just thought, what better way to commemorate a dead person that you loved and that loved you than just like kicking ass at life. And that doesn't mean like being successful. That means just like living the fuck out of life. So in the off chance you have the opportunity to have a good fucking day, go have a good day. And don't, like, it is a big bad world out there. You are a speck in the universe. And I just don't, without sounding like a cunt, I don't respect people that are comfortable being so weak. I know, like a therapist is just going to clip this and rip me to shreds. But like, I think you only have one of two options. So like, handle your shit and move forward with grace and, you know, try to commemorate them by living a really great life. It's all you can fucking do. If you want to win the pity party and you want to be the saddest person in the room, we'll get you a tiara and a badge. But I just don't think that's efficient. And it's not admirable. And it's not, I don't know. I don't fuck with that energy. So I made a conscious internal decision that, you know, we're not denying what happened. We're not like pretending that everything's fine. We're not stifling. I feel like that's a huge misconception when people are able to, I don't want to say compartmentalize, but like heal and move forward, that you're stifling or you're not dealing with things. You guys, that is so fucking cliche and tragic and sophomoric and unelevated. That's not fucking true. It's not applicable. You don't need to like, everything is internal. You know what I mean? If you're that type of person. I'm that type of person. So yeah, that's how you fucking deal with it. You just fucking deal with it. The only way out is through, okay? And being stuck, you get a grace period for being really fucking sad and probably being a mess and probably being like manic and atrocious. But then you have to get your shit together. If you want to be a functioning member of society, okay? I sound like Alex McCord. Society, it's always lovely to be photographed. If you want to be someone that is, I don't know, of elevated nature, you need to get your shit together and do it right once. Don't suppress it, and then 10 years down the line, you're going to have a fucking mental breakdown. Micro dick energy. Handle your business and then go forward with grace. You know, someone asks you, hey, how are you doing? You say, I'm doing fucking fantastic. Thank you very much. And mean it when you say it. Okay, that was lengthy. Sorry. What makes you embarrassed? This podcast, literally nothing now. Like, I never get embarrassed now. I can't think of a scenario where I'd be like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Not now, but I will say, I've probably already said this before. When I started my podcast, and even up until like 7 years ago when I was making $0 and I was very insecure about, I would say I was very insecure about like being a loser because I had already committed to the bit. You know what I mean? I had leaned all the way in. I was doing this full time. I was not making money. And I was hyperflexing on these hoes. I remember this, speaking of, this is the most embarrassing thing. I remember when I launched this podcast, okay, I had been fired. I was granted severance because technically it was like a whole situation, but I was a receptionist. I had $0. I think I had I know exactly how much money I had in my bank account when I got fired. I had $326, which was not enough to cover my car payment because I had like went out and got a new car, which was repoed, as we all know. But I was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be successful. These hoes won't know what hit them. And I wasn't. I was a full-fledged fucking loser without a car, but I really overcompensated because it just was so, like, I could feel everyone talking shit about me. Like, this girl is, first of all, I wasn't good at it. I was bad at it. And I developed or acquired this like persona at the beginning of this like Babe Walker, white girl problems, like borrowing my, aunt's purses. I remember I borrowed a pair. Speaking of these fucking Grammy parties, I was going to a Grammy party with Andrew, and we were both dead ass broke. And I went to my aunt's house, and she always would dress me for these parties because, you can only wear a Polly Bland Zara romper so many times. And she had everything. She was giving me like all of this stuff. And she let me borrow these pair of like Louboutin. At the time, the Louboutins, it was like, I looked like I fucking crawled out of Shaws of Sunset. I was wearing these like Louboutin ankle boots, and she let me borrow like these diamond necklaces. Like, I was looking like a fucking, like I bling ringed somebody. And I remember I was launching this podcast, and I was like creating these digital assets, and I always would talk like we. I had a fake assistant named Aubrey Winningham. We love her. And it was just so hyper flexy. I recorded this video being like, hey everyone, the Bitch Bible podcast is dropping this Tuesday. Set your reminders. And I skillfully put on my aunt's boots, pretending they were mine, and like cheated my foot, the bottom of my foot, so that the red bottoms were in the video because I just wanted to, pretend like I was successful. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. It was so embarrassing. And I look back at the things I said and the things I did and the way that it was like, people always talk about like the fake it till you make it, which I think was what my mentality was at the time. And I was just safeguarding this deep-rooted loser manifesto that I was living. You know what I mean? I was just safeguarding the fact that I was truly such a big fucking loser. And I don't mean because I wasn't, it's because I was living a lie. I was like this, it was this fraudulent existence. It was fucking so gross and stupid and embarrassing. And I would like to just apologize to all my close friends who stuck with me during that time and didn't like pull me aside and be like, you're a fucking loser. I wish they would have, honestly. I wish they would have. And it wasn't like a hustle mentality thing. like where I was like, I just got to fake it till I make it. It wasn't that at all. I don't subscribe to hustle mentality. I'm lazy. It was like, I'm just going to hyperflex on these hoes. It was fraudulent. It was disingenuous, and it was tacky, atrocious, and gag worthy. What else? I said I was like just going to go through them, but some of them are like a little redundant. Hold on. Let me take a look-see. Clyde, stop crying. Do you miss pre-baby life? So much. Yes. Every single day. Yes. Anyone that says no didn't have that great of a life before they had kids. Okay. My life was fucking popping off the pages. I could do whatever I want, whenever I want. Jackie, you're so selfish. Yes, I know. I went through with it. I haven't chained him to the fire station yet. He's still with us, okay? I just made him some crab cakes for his Montessori. I just packed a bento box 3.5 minutes ago. But do I yearn for the time where I could just hop on a flight to fucking anywhere, go buy a purse, have a martini, and fuck all the way off, all whilst wearing a size 25 pant that I barely had to work to maintain? Yeah. That was awesome. That was a really, really good time for me. So, is life still good? Sure. Yes, I love him. I'm obsessed with him. My favorite memories are now with him, kind of. Like I would say 50-50. But am I so glad that I went and did all the shit before having him? Yes. And people thinking about having children, go, 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 go before. Okay, I know. Everyone's in pursuit of the simple life. It's not for me. I needed to get that shit out of my system. Similarly, if you're getting married, boink around a little bit. If you have the option and the moral flexibility to like get weird beforehand, do it. Do it. Go out. Get weird. Be safe. Be consensual. Make good decisions. But like, go on tons of dates, okay? Have tons of boyfriends at the same fucking time, okay? Get your hoes in different area codes. Spread your seed, okay? Put in an IUD and get fucking weird about town. Get on a train, get on a plane, do weird shit because you'll be so happy you did, okay? And if you get married at 20 and you pop out a baby at 21, you're missing out on a lot of crucial life. Okay, that gives you a little bit of grit. It gives you a little bit of sensibility, and it'll probably give you a small bout of gonorrhea, which, by the way, I'd like to go on record and say, never had gonorrhea, never had chlamydia, never had an STD, which is a blow mind. Was there a point in time where I took Plan B as if it was an Altoid? Yes. How many times did I take Plan B? There was a point in time where I would just like pop them like Tic Tacs. I'd say like a month and a half when I was about 19 or 20, where it was just really inconsistent with my birth control and just making very terrible decisions, and had like one expired pack of Plan B that I didn't take both of. I'd take one at a time just to kind of like, this is all very timely. And yeah, so just hump around, I'd say. Okay, let's end with a gross one. 3 material items that you would save in a house fire. Ooh, okay, material items. Well, I'm not going to count any jewelry or watches because I would probably just keep those on my body. So if we're talking physical, like goods, I guess I'd have to grab the Anna Delvey prison sketch. Ooh, this is a great question. I just got a really beautiful new Celine leather jacket that I think would just fare well in a fire. So I'd grab that. I would grab my Anna Delvey prison art. And then I would also grab, there's these pants that all my friends hate. And they've begged me to stop wearing them. And lucky for them, I'm fluctuating. So I don't know when I'll be able to fit in them again. But there was this collaboration. Now we're getting so micro niche. There was a collaboration with the Attico and Redone Denim, and they did like a capsule collection that was available at Maxfield, which is like a really fucking gorgeous store in Los Angeles, okay? And I got these jeans that are Swarovski crystal bedazzled all down the sides, okay? And they're very small, and I can barely even look at them, but they are the most sparkly, overpriced, perfectly fitting. If your body, if 3 years ago, they lift your ass like 6 inches. Okay. They were so fucking expensive. I was able to get them at a sale, okay, for less. And I wore those pants everywhere. Okay. And when my friend found out how much they cost retail and saw me wearing them, she was like, Jackie, I don't even want to look at those fucking pants because they are an abusive consumerism. They are what's wrong with America. They're what's wrong with you. The fact that you even wear these in public like speaks to a deeper problem. It became a whole psychoanalysis on my character and my decision-making process because I loved these jeans and I wore them fucking everywhere, more than I've worn any pair of pants. And I have such an affinity for them. And one day, okay, we're going to light a candle and I'm going to lube up and I am going to shove my body back into those jeans. Even if I have a kidney that pops out in my tit, I will put those jeans back on, even for just a moment, to feel the feels. Talk about nostalgia, okay? That's the theme of this week's episode. Nostalgia for motherfucking days. Those are my third thing that I would grab in a fire. Oh, makes me misty just thinking about all of those fucking sparkles, okay? Just like Swarovski crystals everywhere, okay? Stunning. My friend's like, did you get those at a fucking Windsor Fashions or Wet Seal? What the fuck are those? I was like, do you understand how these are like fucking, this is a big fucking deal. And then actually I wore them to, the last time I wore them was to Harry Styles' album release for his like first album. Okay. And I put those fucking jeans on. They were tried and true. My best friend is like, oh, fuck these goddamn pants. Like, bitch, you're embarrassing me. Don't wear these fucking pants. And we get to the party and there was this other girl. Okay. Her hair extensions were hanging on for dear life. She had a hot pink, like mini Kelly. Okay. She was wearing the same fucking jeans as me and like a crop top. And she was 15 sheets to the wind. Okay. She was like dry heaving at the venue. And I looked at her and we had this like silent understanding that like it was like Mulan. Who is that girl I see? And my friend looked at me and she's like, that's that kind of bitch buys these pants. You are her and she is you. You are two of a fucking kind. So look the fuck inward and burn those goddamn jeans. It was a real aha moment for me. We saw each other. I did not like what I saw. I was blinded by the Swarovskis, but I did not like what I saw because I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my God. I'm like, we're birds of a feather. Disgusting. We're wearing the same fucking pants. That's that bitch hanging on for dear life. It's 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. And she's like, I'll get a vodka Red Bull. And she's just sloshing around. Anyways, on that note, give us 5 stars on iTunes. This was a lengthy episode. You're fucking welcome. And I will talk to you next week. It's November. It will be November. Happy Halloween, everybody. Goodbye.